Hi you guys, it's Karina. So I am back with a promised video tutorial on this center inspired by a King Protea flower. Probably butchering the name. But I showed you guys a couple months, maybe like a month or so. I have released my Pink Center 5 floral center, which is this one right here. But I showed you guys a different version of different centers that you could make with this certain center. And I had gave you guys a sneak peek on the Protea center, telling you guys that I was going to be making that center for you guys, showing you guys how I made this center right here. It does require, just FYI, a styrofoam ball, or half a styrofoam ball, I should say. So yeah, I just told you guys to wait for me just because this is a little bit more time consuming. Well, I guess once you get it, it won't be. But I am going to provide the measurements. Now this is a bigger center. So I am using my template 107, which already has been released as well. So both of these have a video tutorial. So template 107 has a review of the template, cause she comes with 4 different sizes. So I did use the larger set in this, but refer to that video because I explain the template for you guys and the different sizes that you can make. But I am going to show you how to make this flower. Very simple. It only requires 2 of the petals to make this one if you want to make this flower. And then I'll be sharing with you guys the measurements for this size right here. I will show you guys the styrofoam size that I bought. And then if you just want to make this smaller, obviously you would just have to change the measurements of the pink center in order, but just kind of, I guess, just follow the same techniques, but just size them down, guys, because, you know, they do have different size of styrofoam balls. But because I wanted a large one, I went with the larger one. But again, just follow the same technique, okay? So, so we are going to be working on this today. Like I said, I'll give you guys the measurements. Now, I did use my Cricut design space to cut the image out, but you can also have it your silhouette also cut it, because with my pink images, guys, you guys can upload that to Cricut design space and also silhouette. And sometimes we get, especially newbies, I think, get confused. They think that Cricut or silhouette does not cut out pink files, but they do. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, so this is the styrofoam that I got right here. So this is the size that I got. So 1.9 inches by 3.8 inches. So this is the one. I want to say I got this from, I want to say it's Walmart. Typically I get my half styrofoam balls from Walmart or Dollar Tree, but I want to say this is from Walmart that I got. Okay, so this is the size again that I got. But again, if you want to make this smaller, just resize the image, guys. Okay, just obviously make it smaller, but just kind of follow the same technique. But like I said, full warning, it is a little time consuming, but I think once you get the hang of it, it becomes a lot easier. Okay, so you are going to need a styrofoam ball. You are going to need my Pink Center 5, and let me show you what she looks like. So with this center, one of the nice things that I said it when I introduced you guys to the new center, that the nice thing about the center is that you can use the scraps as well when working with this center. So let me just show you. So this is what the image looks like, but we are also going to be using the scraps as well. This is the scraps because obviously they're attached, and all I do is just cut them, pull them off. Okay, so these are considered your scraps, so don't throw them away. We're going to be using them. They're slightly smaller, but like I said, we're going to be using the scraps for this center. Okay, also you are going to need a glue gun. I'm going to be using my Lynn and Lily. I always get asked about this one. It is by Surebonder. It is a collaboration that they did with Lynn and Lily. So you can find this on their website. I have not been able to find it on Amazon. I think you have to go through their website, which is where I ordered it from, their website. Oh, and you are also going to need a wooden dowel, because the wooden dowel is going to help you kind of give these ends a little bend. Okay, so wooden dowel, and I think that's it, guys. That's all you need. Oh, and obviously cardstock. So I am using 65-pound weight cardstock. This is from Michaels. I want to say this is it's from their pack Roses, and it's the very pale blush color that is in that packet. It looks kind of like a cream right now. The sun keeps going in and out, but it is the very pale pink that's in that Roses pack from Michaels. Okay, so it is 65, but you can definitely use text weight paper as well for this center. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. Okay, you guys, so for this particular floral center, we are going to be cutting quite a bit of this pink center, okay? And they're all going to be different measurements. I want to say there's 4 different measurements that we are going to have to do. So the first measurement that we're going to be doing is this one right here. So I'm going to have them listed below, but I'm also going to tell you here on the video. So with your pink center, so again, this is Pink Center 5, which you can find on my website, www.arielelisedesigns.com. So this is the first one that we will be cutting, okay? So the ones that are attached, again, are your scraps. Don't throw them away because we will also be using them, and this is the image. So when you are resizing this image, you guys, okay, so this one, you want to make sure that you have your width, okay? So your long ways, your width is going to be 10.5, okay? And then your height, going up from down, is going to be 3.5. So again, when you're resizing this, it's going to be 3.5, 10.5 width, okay? And you're going to need this image 4. You need 4 of them. But the nice thing that you will be able, as you've seen in the beginning of the video, you will be able to fit 2 images to cut on an 8.5 by 11. So then technically you just need to cut it out twice because you already have 2 images on the sheet already, okay? And like I said, keep the scraps, okay? So just kind of just pull them apart, or use your scissors. So you're going to use your scraps and then your main image, which is this one right here, okay? So you're going to need 4 of them. So I have mine right here. So these are my scraps. So the thinner ones are your scraps. So you need 4. And then this is your main image right here, the one that was 10.53, okay? Because obviously, as you can tell, your scraps are going to be slightly smaller, okay? And you need, so again, 4 of these. So what you are going to do is grab your wooden dowel. And what you're going to do to all of these is give them a curl inward. Just like this. And just, again, this is going to be a time-consuming template, you guys, but it is so pretty. So just go ahead and give them all a curl just like that. You see that? So let me go ahead and do that to all of them, and I'll be right back. All right, you guys, so they are already curled a little bit inwards. So here is my half styrofoam ball. So you need to make sure that it is a half styrofoam ball. If you can't find any halves, just get a regular styrofoam ball and then just cut it in half, okay? All right, so first thing is first, you're gonna start off with your scraps, okay? So you should have 4 of these. You are going to get your glue gun, go all the way to the bottom, and you are just going to wrap this around. And just placing some glue here and there. Just be mindful you're working with hot glue. So there's my first one, and then just kind of get these to wrap over the styrofoam ball, just like that. Get your next one. And repeat by wrapping her around. And gluing, and then the same thing, kind of lift these up so they're on top of the ball. Just like that. And repeat. So you're going to do these, and then once you're done with the scraps, you're going to start doing the bigger ones, or the original ones. So let me go ahead and finish these and I'll be right back. Guys, so here are the 4 scraps already wrapped around. So then get your next 4. Okay. So this is your original image. So again, this is 10.5 width, 3.5 height, and you are going to be repeating the same process of wrapping these around. All right, so let me go ahead and wrap these around and I'll be right back. All right, you guys, so I already went ahead and wrapped those 4. So now this is what we're gonna be left with. Now, you could leave it like this, but this right here bugs me that you can see the styrofoam ball. I kind of want it closed a little bit more like this, okay? So this is gonna be the part that's gonna be a little time consuming. You might hate me for it. But again, if you don't mind seeing the, I mean, I guess you could, if you wanted to, spray paint the styrofoam ball first, like a different color if you wanted to. And actually, I should have done that because that probably would have been cute, to be a different color. And then that way it would have looked kind of more blended. So this is white. But personally, I kind of want it more. So I don't know if you can see here how they're kind of more, actually, I glue them is what I'm trying to tell you. So what you're going to do, okay, this is if you want to take that extra step. You don't have to, but this is what I do, okay? So then I kind of like lift a section up, okay? And then I'm gonna grab my glue gun. And then I'm kind of gonna add some glue into the inside of these. Okay, and then I'm just gonna kind of like hold it like this. Now, not all of them are gonna adhere. This is the part where it's, I mean, it's gonna be a little time consuming. And you might be, you might be like, you know what, Karina, no, I'm not gonna do that. But if you want to, you can. And you're just going to add glue to these until you kind of glue them all around to the ball, okay? And like I said, it's definitely gonna be time consuming. I think it's worth it though. And then you kind of want to get the ends too, to glue around. Just watch your fingers because, so like you see that right there is already glued on to the ball right there. So you're pretty much, you're going to go all around and try to glue as many as you can around the ball. Okay, so let me go ahead and do that and I'll be right back. All right, you guys, so this is what I meant, that you want to glue those around just like this. So I will say this is the most time consuming part of it. Now that is an option. Like I said, if you wanted to, you could spray paint the styrofoam ball to kind of mask it, to make it go like kind of match or whatever. If you wanted a different color center, I think that would look beautiful as well. I just wanted to kind of glue these around and kind of give them like that pointy look. Sorry if you hear my girl playing. She has her friend over, and obviously her bedroom's right next to my office, so they're a little loud. Hopefully you can't hear them. So that is what I did. But personally, this is what I wanted, because you kind of see how they kind of just, it gives it this little pointy, semi-pointy look. So that is what I did, but I'm not gonna lie to you, it is time consuming, a little tedious, but I definitely think it's worth it, okay? So once you have those wrapped around, you're going to go to the next measurement, the next size, okay? So the next size we are going to be doing, so this is what the image will look like. This is the scrap, okay, that goes in between just like this, okay? So width, your next one is going to be 10.6, okay, your width. And then your height is going to be 4. So again, 10.6, height is going to be 4. Oh my goodness, I can hear my daughter. So you are going to need the same amount. You're going to need 4 of these, okay? 4. All right, guys, sorry I had to go deal with that for a minute. So again, width 10.6, height 4. So this is the next measurement, and you are going to need 4 of these, okay? So with this one, we're going to be prepping them the same way. Get your wooden dowel. And curl them in, just like this. But here's the thing, because we have 2 other measurements that we're doing. Your scraps are the ones we're going to be using first now. So we are going to take this to the side, okay? And you're going to get your 4 scraps, okay? And we are only going to wrap first the scrap, okay? So this one, we're going to wait till the end. So you're going to repeat. Place her. And glue her. Around. This one. Where I left off. And wrap around. So remember, you need 4 of these scraps. And do so. This is my second one, so let me finish up those 2 other scraps and I'll be right back. Okay, you guys, so I wrapped around my 4, so these are the scraps. So I still have the original image, but we're gonna hold these off till the end. We're not gonna be using those right now, only the scraps of that particular size. So now we are on to the next size. You are also going to need 4 of the images, but remember, you're gonna have your scraps, okay? So this is a different size. All right, so this is going to be, width is going to be 10.5, okay, width 10.5, and then height wise is going to be 4.2. Again, I will have these measurements down below for you guys here on my YouTube channel. So again, 10.5, 4.2, so it's slightly a little bit higher, taller than the other one, because remember this one was 10.64, so this is 10.5, 4.2, okay? So I'm gonna put these to the side, and I only want my scraps, okay? And you're repeating the same thing. You are going to give these a curl inwards, just like this, okay? And you're repeating the same process, you guys. You are going to add glue. And just wrap the image around. So you're gonna wrap all 4 around. So as you can see, it's not that hard, you guys. I guess the inner part, center part is what's the tedious part, but after that, it's easy breezy. So let me go ahead and wrap these 4 scraps around. All right, you guys, so I went ahead and wrapped those 4 scraps. Okay, so remember, only the scraps. I still have that other original right here, okay? So then here is the last size, okay? So for this one, you're only going to need 3 of the images, and it's going to be 10.5, height-wise 4.5. So again, width 10.5, height 4.5, and then these are her scraps right here. So we're going to repeat the same process of only wrapping around the scraps. Okay, so the same thing. You're going to grab them, give them a curl inward, And then you're just going to, trying to see where I left off, right here. Add my glue. And then just glue them around. Ugh, I'm sorry if my nail over here, I broke my nail, you guys. I've been trying to grow out my nails and yeah, not a good idea because it bent and it broke. Really sad. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish wrapping this around. So again, you guys, so this is a larger styrofoam ball, but I know they have other different size styrofoam balls. So then you would just kind of wing it by resizing the size of these to fit obviously a smaller styrofoam ball, but you would follow, you know, like the steps and whatnot. I just wanted you to get the idea of how to do this. So as you can see, there we go. That was the last scrap. So now let's go back to that other original. So this was your 10.6 and 4. Okay, so 10.6 and 4. Remember, we needed 4 of these. So then guess what? We're doing the same thing. We are going to grab our image, curl them inward, and the same thing. You are wrapping these around just like this. Okay, so once you have these 4 wrapped around, you're going to go to your other image, okay, that we had our 4. So this was your 10.5 and 4.2. Okay, so 10.5, 4.2. We needed 4 of these, and you're also going to wrap those around once you finish these. So let me go ahead and wrap these 2 sizes around, and then I'll be right back. Guys, so these are all wrapped. Now we still have our last 3, which is your 10.5 and 4.5. So this is your longest one, but this is going to be your outer part, which is this right here. Okay, as of now, we just did this center part right here. And so now with this one, so up to you how you want it. If you want it like that, you can mess around with it. If you want it more like, you can kind of cup it a little bit. Typically, this is what I do. It's like I'm making a ponytail. That makes sense. Usually I like, I'll gather them just to kind of give the ends a little point back. What I'm trying to achieve is this. Do you see how it kind of goes like that? Just mess with it around. All right, I'm not going to bore you with that, but that's pretty much what I do to kind of shape it. And if you do the smaller ones, you're probably going to need less of these strips, guys. It's just I add a lot of strips because I want this full, if that makes sense, okay? So once you have this part done, okay, I'm going to put that to the side. You're going to grab these. Okay, so remember, you only needed 3 of these. You're going to do the same thing, but we're just going to wrap them around differently. So now, instead of this going inwards, we're going outwards. Just like this. Okay, you see how it's outwards? Grab your next one. last one. Yep. You guys know me, I like to make difficult centers, don't I? If anything, time consuming. So now, once they're wrapped around, I kind of like to give these more of a push back. You know, it's also giving me sunflower vibes, which is what I show you guys. I do show you a tutorial also, guys, on this particular center. PNG Center 5, how to make a sunflower center as well. All right, and that's it, guys. This is what we wanted to achieve. Okay. So now we need to make our flower. So again, this is inspired by a King Protea flower. If you Google those, they have pointy petals, and then they have their inner center that kind of, I mean, obviously it's not the same, but it's kind of like a, I don't know, domey kind of shape with the center, which is what we're trying to achieve. So so I did use my template 107. Okay, and I'm using the larger of, so for, like I said, with template 107, you receive 4 different set sizes, and in each set size, you receive 3 petals. I do have, there's a little one that goes with this one, but we're only going to be using the 2 largest, and I'm going to do 7 petals. So let me go ahead and get those cut out for you guys. All right, guys, so for the flowers, like I said, you needed 7 of the large and then 7 of the second size, and all you're going to do, so simple, you're just going to alternate the petals, gluing them just like this around in a circle. Just like this. So you're just alternating. And going around. And that's it. So basically the main attraction here is going to be your center. So the flower is going to be real simple. And even if you Google these, the King Protea flowers, you're going to see that the petals are so simple, so basic. It's the center that is the main attraction, if you want to call it, because it's the main attraction. That's why I've been so like, oh, I'm like, I need to recall it. And like I said, it's not identical. You know what I mean? This is just my inspiration, my version of it. Okay, and then like I said, just resize the images when you are if you're going to use like a smaller styrofoam, just resize, oh, wrong one, just resize the image. I will just say, I feel like if you're going to make them smaller, just don't do as many. So like, you know, the ones that needed 4 of them, I would probably just do 2 instead of 4. Okay, because obviously it's not going to be as big, so we would need less of that. But I just wanted to show you the technique of how I did it. So let me go ahead and finish this, and I'll be right back. Okay, so this is what you should have. You are going to have this gap right here. So I did, like I said, 7 and 7. Just grab another piece of paper, same color as your flower. Get your glue gun. Glue. Just like that. Making sure that it's holding. And then you would get your center and then just place her in the center. Obviously, glue her in the back. So we'll go ahead and do that. Hopefully that's enough. Hey guys, so sorry. I think it cut off my video. Apparently I have too many videos on my phone right now. And there you go. You just glue her in the center, you guys. And then your inspired King Protea flower is all done. Isn't she cute? I love her, especially the center. So again, you guys, follow the same techniques if you want to make it smaller. I would just recommend using less of these inner, you know, because remember, 3 of them required 4 sets. Cut it down to maybe 2, and I think it would work for you. And again, the inner part, if you don't want to wrap it around and glue it like I did, maybe a beautiful another color inside that center on the styrofoam ball, I think would look beautiful as well. But I hope you found that helpful, because I know a lot of you were like, well, how did you do that center? Well, now you know. It does take patience. Personally, for me, I like these kind of crafts, you know, they kind of get my brain going, you know, and pretty much with me, it's like, if I see something, I'm like, oh, like I have to do it. I have to do it. And I'm not going to lie. It took me many attempts to try to get the center the way that I kind of was visioning it. And here she is, and I absolutely love it. And I hope some of you recreate it. And if you do, please tag me. I would love to see. So again, I use my template 107, the larger set, and I use my PNG Center 5, which you can find them both at www.arielelisedesigns.com. And like I said, I will write down the measurements that I used for all the ones that I used for the center. Okay, and again, you want them smaller, you're just gonna have to kind of play around with it and just size down the centers. Okay, use what I showed you as a guide, and then I'm gonna leave it up to you if you want to make it into a smaller version. All right, you guys. All right. If you have any questions, please email me at arielelisedesigns@gmail.com or my Instagram at arielelisedesigns. It's better for you to DM me there as well, instead of like leaving a comment, because then the comments just kind of disappear once, you know, all these people start commenting. So, but I'm always happy to help, and I hope you enjoyed the tutorial. And yeah, I will chat with you guys later. Bye.